Hi everyone, I'm Harry Williams, and welcome to this IB Language B writing tutorial. Today we're looking at one of the most popular text types in Paper 1, the blog post. Our topic, how media shapes the way we look and feel. I'll guide you through the blog structure, show you how to build paragraphs using the Peel method, and explain how to end your post with a strong conclusion. So, let's begin. Let's start with the basics. What is a blog post? A blog post is a type of personal, opinion-based writing that you publish online to share your thoughts and experiences with others. It's usually informal, often reflective, and written in a friendly, conversational tone. So, what makes a blog post special? Well, you're speaking directly to your readers, like friends or followers. You can use rhetorical questions, personal stories, and even emojis if appropriate. It is important to include special features like a title, a byline, that's your username, and reader comments at the end. In the IB exam, showing that you understand the blog format can really boost your score in Criterion C. So, remember, a blog post is not just an opinion essay. It's interactive, engaging, and designed to connect with your audience. Now, let's look at how to structure your blog post so it checks all the right boxes. Now that you know what a blog post is, let's break down the structure you need to follow. Remember that you're not just being marked on how you express your ideas and language. You're also being assessed on whether you follow the conventions of the text type. So, let's go through each part of the blog post together. Your title should be catchy and relevant to the topic. This is the first thing your audience sees, so make it engaging. You can ask a question or make a bold statement. Think of it like a headline. It should make the reader want to keep reading. Next we have the byline. This is your blog author name, placed under the title. Don't use your real name in the exam. Instead, make up a realistic-sounding username. This small detail shows that you understand blog conventions and helps you score better. For the introduction, start your blog with a hook, something to grab your reader's attention. You can ask a rhetorical question, share a short personal anecdote, or make a surprising statement, because your goal is to connect with your reader immediately. Here's an example. After the hook, briefly introduce your topic or opinion, so the reader knows what the post will be about. The body paragraphs are where you develop your ideas, give examples, and explain your opinion. We'll go into this more in the next section using the Peel method, which makes your writing clear and focused. For each paragraph, write a separate idea related to the topic. Use an informal, natural tone, like you're speaking to someone your age. Include topic-related vocabulary like influencer, body image, filter, peer pressure, or self-worth to show good language range. At the end of your blog, reflect on your main message. This can be a final piece of advice, a call to action, or a personal reflection. We'll take a closer look at how to do this effectively in a moment. Remember, blogs are interactive. Finish your post with 2 or 3 short, realistic comments from your readers. This shows you understand the blog format and helps you score better. So, now that you've got the full structure, let's focus on one of the most important parts, the body paragraphs. And I'll show you how to build them using the Peel method. So now that you know where the body paragraphs fit into your blog structure, let's talk about how to write them clearly and effectively using one of the best techniques for exam writing, the Peel method. The Peel method helps you organize each paragraph logically so your ideas are easy to follow. It's perfect for persuasive arguments where clear communication is key. Here's what Peel stands for. The P is for point, where you start with your main idea or opinion. Then E is for evidence. Here, you give an example. After that, you have E for explanation. You explain why the example is important or what it shows. Finally, we have L for link. Here, you connect the idea to the blog's overall message or the next point. When you use Peel, your writing sounds more developed, thoughtful, and focused, which can help boost your marks. Let's go through a whole paragraph using this method. Social media often creates pressure to always look perfect. For example, I once spent 20 minutes editing one selfie to feel confident enough to post it. Even though the photo got lots of likes, I felt even more insecure because it didn't really look like me. That's the danger. When edited images replace reality, we lose confidence instead of gaining it. That's why we must be careful about comparing ourselves to what we see online. Notice how the paragraph starts with a clear opinion, gives a relevant and believable example, explains how the example connects to the topic, ends with a strong message that supports the theme of identity in media. Here are some sentence starters for each part of the peel structure. So, when writing the main part of your blog, use one peel paragraph per idea. You can write 3 or 4 peel paragraphs to explore the topic thoroughly. Now, let's move on to how to write a great conclusion that brings your blog post to a strong and memorable finish. Let's talk about the conclusion, a part that's often rushed or forgotten in blog writing, but one that's important. A strong conclusion helps you end with a clear message, show personal reflection, leave your readers with something to think about. Remember, in a blog post, the conclusion doesn't need to be long. Just 2 to 3 thoughtful sentences can leave a lasting impression. Think of your conclusion as your final word to your audience. It should reflect on what you've shared. Summarize your main idea or opinion. Encourage readers to change, think, or act. Here are ways you can do this. Let's add a reflection and a summary of the idea to our example blog post. Once you've written a strong conclusion that wraps up your message, one final touch makes your blog post feel truly authentic. The reader comments. In the real world, blogs are interactive. Readers often respond to what the writer says with their own thoughts, questions, or opinions. That's why including 2 or 3 short reader comments at the end of your blog is a great way to show text type awareness. It shows that you understand how blog posts work. You've considered your audience, and you can simulate natural interaction between readers and writers. So, don't just say, leave a comment below, or forget this part. You should write the comments yourself, as if your blog has just gone live and people are already responding. They should be short and realistic. Reflect different viewpoints or reactions, and use natural, informal language, just like in social media. So, let's finish our blog with some reader comments. Each comment doesn't need to agree with you. It's totally okay to have one that challenges your opinion a little, as long as it stays respectful and realistic. So, now you know how to hook your readers, organize your ideas using the peel method, and wrap up with realistic reader comments, making your blog post both authentic and exam-ready. Just remember, be personal and honest. Follow the blog format, and always write with your audience in mind. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, so you never miss out on more tips and writing strategies.